Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because every time they open their mouth, they quietly give away their power. Think about it. Have you ever said something and instantly felt weaker, ignored, or misunderstood? While someone else says fewer words, yet somehow commands the entire room. It's not confidence. It's not luck. It's a skill, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. A young analyst walked into a high-stakes boardroom for the first time, surrounded by executives twice his age. The air was tense, thick with ego and silent competition. Everyone was talking. Fast, loud, trying to prove something. He did what most people do when they feel pressure. He over-explained. He rushed his ideas. He filled every silence. And no one listened. Then, halfway through the meeting, the CEO leaned back in his chair. He hadn't said much the entire time. Just a few short sentences, calm, precise, almost cold. When he finally spoke again, the room went silent. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't rush. He simply said, "We're solving the wrong problem." And just like that, everything shifted. People leaned in. Pens stopped moving. Eyes locked onto him. Same room. Same people. Different presence. That day, the analyst learned something that changed his career forever. The person who controls their thoughts and words controls the room. There's a powerful idea from the book The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene that captures this perfectly. Powerful people impress and intimidate by saying less. Simple. Almost obvious, but incredibly rare. Most people think influence comes from saying more, explaining better, proving themselves. But the truth is the opposite. Influence comes from clarity of thought, control of emotion, and precision of speech. When your thinking is scattered, your words become scattered. When your words are scattered, your presence weakens, and people feel it instantly. The human brain is wired to associate calmness with control. When someone speaks slowly, pauses naturally, and chooses their words carefully, we subconsciously assume they know something we don't. But when someone rushes, over-explains, or tries too hard to be understood, we sense uncertainty, even if what they're saying is correct. That's why the smartest person in the room is rarely the loudest. They're the one who speaks last and says the least, but means the most. To think, speak, and influence like a pro, you need to master 3 things most people ignore. First, slow down your thinking. Most people react. Professionals respond. Before you speak, pause for a second. Let your thoughts settle. That tiny moment of silence does something powerful. It separates you from everyone else who is just reacting emotionally. Second, say less, but say it better. Instead of explaining everything, focus on the core idea. Strip your message down to its essence. Weak communicators add more words to feel secure. Strong communicators remove words to become powerful. Third, get comfortable with silence. Silence is not awkward, it's leverage. When you stop talking, people start thinking. When you pause, people lean in. And in that silence, your words gain weight. Now imagine applying this in your daily life. At work, instead of jumping into every conversation, you listen more than you speak. When you finally share your idea, it's sharp, clear, and direct. People start associating your voice with value. Promotions don't come from talking more. They come from being heard when it matters. In relationships, instead of arguing to win, you speak with intention. You don't react emotionally to every trigger. You choose your words carefully, and sometimes you choose not to speak at all. That restraint creates respect. And in your personal growth, you begin to observe your own thoughts. You notice when you're about to speak from insecurity, fear, or the need to impress, and you stop yourself. That's where real power begins, not in controlling others, but in controlling yourself. But here's the part most people won't tell you. This skill has a dark side. When you learn to control your words and influence people, you gain an edge. You can guide conversations, shift opinions, and even manipulate outcomes. And that's where intention matters. Because the same silence that builds respect can also create distance. The same precision that commands authority can be used to deceive. Power doesn't come with instructions. It amplifies who you already are. So the real question isn't just, can you influence like a pro? It's, what will you do with that influence once you have it? At the end of the day, the people who stand out aren't the ones who talk the most. They're the ones who think deeply, speak intentionally, and leave an impact that lingers long after they've stopped talking. So the next time you're in a conversation, don't rush, don't over-explain. Pause, breathe, and remember, the fewer words you use, the more power they carry. If you found this valuable, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think about this idea and what topics you want to see next.